Don't believe me calling it sick? Here's the evidence. So this happened earlier this year, not too long after we'd gone into lockdown. We were all working from home and checking in daily with our teams virtually. One evening I start getting horrific period cramps. I have endometriosis, PCOS, and a history of gyna issues. So I'm no stranger to this pain. I'm up most of the night in pain and trying not to vomit. So naturally I'm exhausted and still fighting the pain when the morning rolls around. I message my boss telling him I'm not feeling well, and he rings me to ask what's wrong. It's obviously a pretty embarrassing subject, especially with a male boss, and so I'm deliberately quite vague about it and probably come across as avoiding the questions. Later that day I log into my work emails and see an email from my boss to his manager, with my name as the subject. He's accidentally copied me into his email about me calling in sick and being deliberately vague about my illness. He finishes the email with, "We need to keep an eye on this." So, I hit a reply all, and write them both the following email. "Dear boss, I'm guessing I wasn't supposed to be copied in on this, but seeing as I am, I feel I need to set a few things straight. I have been up most of the night with excruciating period pains, which make me vomit and not sleep. I have blood clots coming out of me. My reproductive system hates me, and there is literally nothing I can do about it. I've had this for years, but every now and again it gets too bad for even me to handle, and I need a day off to deal with it. I am sure you can understand that discussing such matters with my male managers is not easy. Hence the reluctance to talk about this over the phone. If you require any further information, please let me know and I will gladly assist." Needless to say, I had 2 very hasty replies apologizing for copying me into their emails, and emphasizing that periods are not a taboo subject with them, and hoping that I feel better soon. Brilliant. I once worked in an office with a male manager that would question why anyone was getting up from their desk. One day a co-worker got up to go to the bathroom and he stood up. "Miss Clayton, where are you going?" She looks right at him, says loud and clear. We were all on the phone in the office. "I have to change my tampon. Is that okay with you?" Quote, "That man never asked any woman where she was going again." I used to get not very subtly questioned by my male boss about how I could be so very ill one day and okay to be at work the next. "Are you sure you're not contagious?" he would ask. "Don't worry, you can't get it, but she could. So could she. And her. And her," I would reply. He got the message soon enough. Did you see CHR? There might be laws against retaliation over sick leave. Sorry, you had to deal with that. And I hope your boss learns from this experience. If he felt you were evasive, he should have brought that up with you and at least given you a chance to elaborate. Is it illegal in your country to ask about personal private medical issues? Taboo subject or not, you should never have to discuss your actual medical problems with a boss. I mean honestly, stop shielding men from period talk. Half of the people on this earth they exist because their mother has a reproductive system. My oldest daughter told me a story from English class during her senior year. Another girl in class asked my kid if she could borrow a tampon, but my kid didn't have any on her. Teacher, female, went on a rant how that was inappropriate conversation in class. Inappropriate, should stay private, etc. My daughter responded, "God forbid we are female and bleed from our vaginas every month, priceless." Love that kid. I feel like Allison Green from Ask a Manager would be proud of this. I'm probably wrong, but it really seems like she would. I know I'm proud of this though. I once had to come into work when I had a stomach bug and my boss thought I was faking. Well, joke was on him cause I tossed my cookies on his shoes. XD. Bravo girl. Bravo. One time I woke up feeling super dizzy and had a hard time just standing, so I called in sick last minute and my boss said, "Okay, don't make a habit out of it." Yeah, let me just not make a habit out of feeling sick. Also, I rarely have sick days. I once had a sudden, semi-painful period cramp in the middle of talking with a couple male coworkers and had to suddenly stop speaking and bend over. I said, "Sorry, seems like my period just started," and ran to the bathroom with my purse. When I came back I said, "Sorry," and picked back up where I left off. They were probably taken off guard, but said nothing and continued on with me with no issues. But my older female project manager, who sat across from us, overhead, was so surprised at how unfazed they acted to my sudden and random mention of my period. Granted, I could have probably just said, "Sorry, give me a sec," and ran to the bathroom without mentioning period. But I'd already been dramatic enough to randomly bend over in surprised pain. So I just blurted out period. This reminds me of a story from a few months ago where a guy called in sick because he had explosive diarrhea and his supervisor demanded proof. So he took a picture of the toilet after he was done with it. His supervisor reported him to HR, who confronted him with an edited transcript provided by the supervisor, who made it look like he sent her an unsolicited picture of his mess. He simply pulled out his phone and showed HR the full, unedited conversation. Someone got in a lot of trouble. It wasn't him. Your boss sounds like a fucking micromanaging piece of shit. I would have added something like, "Please refer to my specialist medical doctor for further information on this extremely painful, personal, and sensitive issue, and let me know if you'd like me to request a doctor's note from him regarding the events of," insert day here, quote. In the US, your boss can't ask you about your illness. If you call in sick one day, they can't ask. They can ask for a doctor note if you need more time off, but literally all that note says is that you need more days off because you're not medically fit to work. It doesn't say why. Reminds me of a gal that I work with. She has digestive illness or something that gets her puking uncontrollably sometimes. So she calls out sick a lot, and most managers just accept it and move on with their day, cause HR and union informed them about her problems before. Well, one prick decided to instead tell her to either come to work or come to work with a doctor's note. Instead of calling the union rep, she came to work and proceeded to literally puke into him. She managed to get that crap not only on him but on his work desk, which was filled with paperwork. Big Boss actually paid for her cab home and told her to take the week off, and ripped into the prick. That prick usually heads home early, but that night he went home late because all the work he had to redo. I still do not understand the taboo nature about body fluids. Women bleed, get over it. God, Americans are such babies. I am American, by the way. Phenomenal response! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! I hated having no pockets, but sometimes we keep wipes, extra underwear, meds, small vodka bottle, whatever is necessary. Quit asking us about our purses. Excellent. Copy that email.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.